Mandalorian. Look outside. They are waiting for you. Yeah? Good.
Hello. Today we're going to be reviewing The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2. Stay in. This is going to be a long video. I don't know if you can tell, but I love The Mandalorian. It's probably my favorite Star Wars series, but also The Clone Wars is also up there, but I didn't really watch it when it was at its peak. It means that I don't really have a nostalgic memory of The Clone Wars, so I believe that The Mandalorian might be my favorite Star Wars show, and here's why. Let's start with Season 1, shall we? Season 1 came out on November 12th, aka the origin of Disney+. It came along with the first episode and then soon with the second episode. The first episode revealing that the Mandalorian and kind of going with the origin of the Mandalorian. Then he meets Baby Yoda, also known as Grogu, but we don't know that yet, so we basically call him the child for now. Throughout the episodes, it's basically the Mandalorian trying to protect Baby Yoda, but still going jobs and trying to run from the Empire that hired him to kidnap the child for midichlorians. But once again, we also don't know that. Most of the show is a mystery until Season 2, where it reveals a lot of stuff, but also sets as well. My favorite episode of Season 1 might be Chapter 3, The Sin. Chapter 3 or maybe Chapter 1. You know what, it's all really good. The first season I'll give a 9 out of 10. There are some flaws, such as I'm not really that interested in the first episode as much until it starts picking up into the main plot that much, and yeah, that's it. Season 1 also offers us a new insight between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, showing us the after effects of the Return of the Jedi, but also still showing us that there's still an empire, which may be the flame for the First Order. What I like most about this series is that it's a mixture of the sequel trilogy and the original trilogy, offering a new fresh take of what might be the new movies coming soon. Like every single Mandalorian fan, Grogu, aka the child, might be my favorite character because of how adorable he is and also the plot that he has in the show. Grogu has adorable moments, and unlike other kind of cute sidekicks in movies, he actually has a main relevance in the series. They do a really well job about, even though the Mandalorian doesn't really show his face except for one time in the series, well actually 2 times, but one time in this Season 1, it's really amazing how they make the emotional scenes actually work without any facial expressions. It's actually really good directing. It's really good. One is also fantastic with introducing new characters that I actually fall in love with. Not like that, but like, you know what I mean. Like, emotionally attached to, such as the old man frog thing. I forgot his name. I'll probably just look him up on Google soon. Even if I don't know their name, I'm still really attached to him, and the Mandalorian does really good thing about attaching people to the characters, including the Mandalorian himself, which when I went into the series I thought I wouldn't really be attached to him as much, so as other movies where I'm not really attached to the main character, but in this, and the main character, aka the Mandalorian, aka Din Djarin, I really got attached to it, and it was very tragic when hearing his backstory and different things that happened to him. The show offers us more insight about all 3 of the trilogies, which is really nice, even though I'm not really a fan of all of them. I'm talking to you, sequel trilogy. Mandalorian is just really good. In Season 1, I will give it an 8 out of 10. Now let's go to the good stuff, aka Season 2. Crap, Season 2 is a 10 out of 10 for me. I know that might be exaggeration, but oh my gosh, it is amazing. It is the best Star Wars content. Well, not like Star Wars content, but like Star Wars TV show content, like, ever, in my opinion. I know there's going to be a lot of hate comments for that, but still, I love it. Mandalorian Season 2 is amazing because of many reasons, mostly because it brings back old characters, bringing back our nostalgia. Kind of like what No Way Home did with the original villains coming back to the Tom Holland universe. Brought back Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, and Boba Fett, and plenty more, which is really nice to see them back in action, and some of them even being in live action, such as Ahsoka and Bo-Katan. Return of Boba Fett, as we all know he was going to come back, is amazing, and I'm very excited and going to be posting a review of the Book of Boba Fett Episode 1. I'm going to do like a episode kind of thing, and it's going to be really fun. I can't wait. Season 2 doesn't really offer a new insight to the Mandalorian, which might be a little downfall, but honestly, he does get more of a character arc as well. So is Grogu. Grogu gets a lot of more screen time and marketing because of after the reveal of Season 1, they're able to market it. The duo back in action is really nice, and I really love it. So many mysteries still to be solved, like how will Mandalorian Season 3 pick up with the story, and where will Grogu's adventure end as Kylo Ren does destroy the whole entire Jedi Temple as Luke sees him. So we don't know what happens to Grogu. Maybe he'll return in Season 3 and the Mandalorian will officially adopt him or something. A lot of people will say this, but I do like both designs of the Mandalorian. Number one is obviously the Beskar design, where he has full Beskar and has full metal armor, but I feel like it's the way more creative side is also really good too, with his still leather and still half Beskar and metal kind of armor from episode 1 and 2. The best part about this series is obviously Grogu, like I said a bunch of times, and yeah, season 2 is just a 10 out of 10 for me. I love The Mandalorian. Now let's go on some predictions about Season 3, shall we? I think how they're going to pick it off is how the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan might have a fight, and it might be about them fighting over the Darksaber. As we all know, the Mandalorian officially owns the Darksaber based on the Mandalore kind of guide and rights. Maybe Bo-Katan accepts that and basically kind of, not puppeteers, but helps him train and kind of like take over Mandalore back and reestablish the old ways. Then that would perfectly explain all the other stuff. What I want to talk about is my predictions for the Ahsoka series, shall we? We know Ahsoka fought the Emperor of the one city from that planet. So, obviously, she's going to look from Ezra from the Rebels series, even though I'm not really a big fan of the Rebels series. I'm sorry, I might do a review.
Oh, no. Look at the top of his head.
About the Book of Boba Fett, please, I need to spill my guts out. I think this series is going to be cool because I have two theories because of it. One theory is a redemption kind of revenge kind of thing, like trying to get revenge on all the people that wronged him and also all the people in Jabba's palace. As we see in the post-credit scenes, he kills the one person that left him. Or maybe he's trying to get the old bounty hunter gang together, you know? That would be amazing, and I would love to see him back in action. Thing that I want is the origin, or not really origin, but how Boba Fett escaped from the Sarlacc pit, right? We need to know what happened. Did he get rescued? Did he leave by himself? And how did he lose his armor as well if it was on him? We need to know these answers, and we need it to be explained in the Book of Boba Fett. I'm also excited to see the new armor, as we know that in the trailers we see the new armor, or what was a new armor, being scratched up. So I'm excited to see what the design is. I hope it's more like scratched up and more like the original trilogy. Maybe he gets back his gray jumpsuit that he had under his armor. Or maybe, based on the trailers, we see that maybe there's like two empires, aka Jabba's empire and the other empire that was teased. I don't know what it's called, but maybe it's like Boba Fett versus some kind of like emperor or city on Tatooine or some kind of desert planet. As we see in the trailers, maybe it's just like a kind of like a mafia empire versus another mafia empire. It's going to be very interesting. I wonder how and what approach they might take with this Boba Fett series. Okay, let's pick up with some final thoughts. Finally coming back to The Mandalorian. Mandalorian Season 1 is a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it, and it was a fresh breath from the sequel trilogy after that gosh awful Rise of Skywalker. But it was very interesting. Not Rise of Skywalker, Mandalorian. Mandalorian Season 2 was probably the best ever. It was really good, really compelling, and brought back old characters. And not just for the series, but for more series to come. It's like Mandalorian Season 2 was kind of like the seed for a tree to grow on the old empire of characters. I can't wait for Mandalorian Season 2, Ahsoka, and the Book of Boba Fett. Watch out for the Book of Boba Fett Episode 1 review and Easter egg spotting. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. One last thing, I'm going to be posting a lot of movie or TV show reviews lately, and if you want to see like one of your favorite movies, TV shows, or even video games reviewed, then how about in the comments you leave down a little, you leave down a comment or a suggestion so I can watch and review it. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.